Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. This is Director's Wheelchair Productions bringing you Cracking Open Packages Mega Edition. We have 4 big, beefy boxes to bust open. I got these for my birthday recently. My family helped to enable my addiction. Add to my collection recently. So, we're gonna bust these things open, pose them around a little bit maybe, and put them on my display. Let's get to it. Alright, so our first order of business is to open up this Brooklyn figure from the Disney Gargoyles animated series. Well, it's an ultimate action figure from the Gargoyles animated series. It's actually pretty interesting. I was just getting into this show. I was watching some videos on YouTube about like the synopsis of the plot and all that, listening to the theme music. The person who gave me this gift had no idea that I was getting into this show, so it was a pleasantly surprising experience for the both of us. This also is my very first NECA figure, and may I just say that this looks amazing. The art here is excellent. We have Brooklyn the Gargoyle on what I presume to be the Brooklyn Bridge in New York, right as the sun is going down. We have a little bit of fire and smoke down there. Another shot of Brooklyn, this time with his jaw open. And then we have that brief synopsis on the back. Pause to read. And a synopsis of his accessories and the other figures in the wave. So I'm gonna shut up so we can get all the good ASMR and crack this thing open. So, while I was setting up this shot, a very unfortunate thing happened. This hand, for the right hand, was in there for the default, but I wanted to pose Brooklyn with his here lance. So while I was putting the hand into the joint here, and this was, big fella here. I was putting this hand into the joint, which is, as I figured out on my own, a horizontal joint. It broke off inside of the forearm here. It's a very disappointing development here. I'm gonna see if I can't put this under some hot water later, try to get the peg out, maybe super glue it back together. If I can't, then I'll try to find some kind of way to make this dismemberment look cool. In any case, Brooklyn here is a very impressive figure. I showed off his articulation a bit earlier. The wings are the things that I didn't show off. Here they are. They go up, down, forward, and back. There's no hinge here. But really good for flight poses. His wingspan is massive. I'd say it's about the same, if not slightly larger, than the Marvel Legends Deluxe Angel figure. So, and his tail also, you stick it up the butt back here, and it comes with a pulsable wire on the inside. So we have an articulated tail, something that I know us Marvel Legends collectors would love to see on our Nightcrawlers. I haven't seen that since the Toy Biz days. So if they could bring that back, I think that'd make us all very happy. But the sculpt here, the muscle definition on this figure is great. I don't have any other gargoyles from the show or any other monster type figures, to be honest. So, like, out of context, this would be a really good thing to put up against, say, Blade or Doctor Strange or Wonder Woman. Because then, since they fight those types of mythical creatures on the daily. We also have, for the normal head, these here sunglasses, which, even though Gargoyles was a pretty dark and dramatic show back in the 90s, it still had its fair share of humor. Here he is looking like a G. And we have a torn ancient scroll with unintelligible text on it. But the detail work is great. The texture is amazing. So that is figure 1, Brooklyn from Gargoyles. Let's move on to the next box and hope we don't have another break. I'm going to set that up in just a second. Be right back. Alright, our next order of business is this Marvel Legends 85-year anniversary Ghost Rider with the included Hell Cycle. Really looking forward to getting this. I've been stocking up personally on the more street level figures because it's spooky season. And the Gargoyle is very spooky season vibes, and Ghost Rider is definitely spooky season vibes. Like, you can't get more spooky season vibes than a flaming skull and a flaming motorcycle. So, and I also intend to look over Scorpio's mods. I think that's the name of the channel, Scorpio, XORPEO. Excuse me. I've seen a lot of his shorts. He does some really cool stuff, and I'm gonna see if I can do some of the mods that he did for this Ghost Rider, or if I can do some of my own. I already have some posable wire that I intend to use to replace the chains around him, but that's enough yapping. Let's get to unpacking. And here he is out of the box, the legendary Ghost Rider, riding like a bat out of hell, popping a wheelie on his Hell Cycle. Already have my custom bendy wire to replace his whip here. I'm gonna paint the end of it white, red, yellow to portray that he's conducting heat through it. Definitely going to do this Scorpio mod where you get some transparent material behind these eye holes here, because in the comics this isn't hollow. It was always like they acted pretty much like headlights. And with the stuff that I've already gone through, I have no shortage of plastic. So just cut out a couple of squares, paint those the same colors I'm gonna paint the chain. Super glue them behind the faceplate here, and we'll have a much more realistic looking Hell Cycle. I might even take some silver paint and do some weathering where they sculpted in weathered lines on the faceplate, maybe on some of the body of the bike as well. Definitely am going to take some silver paint, mix it maybe with some gray blue and a little bit of black to change the color of these metal bits here. And again, bendy wire for the chain around him. But yeah, he comes with these two interchangeable hands. After what happened to poor Brooklyn, I decided to not do the switch. It's a little bit chilly in here. It is mid-October after all. Fall's coming. Well, fall is here. Winter is coming. Insert Game of Thrones meme here. And yeah, just want to make sure that I warm up these figures before I put them through the ringer of articulation. Speaking of, when I was trying to show off Ghost Rider's articulation, his right thigh swivel wasn't working. His left one is. The right one's a bit tight, so I'm gonna have to put him through some hot water or just stick him next to the Hellfire here. Maybe that'll warm him up. But this is the second figure I got in this haul here that has an articulated jaw. First Brooklyn, now Ghost Rider. It works very nicely. It isn't disjointed and out of place, so I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, really good looking figure. Can't wait to put him on the display. This jet here to do the wheelie, very creative. It's not just a plastic slat thing. That would just really break the immersion. This looks like something the Hell Cycle can do. And then of course, the wheels on the bike go round and round. I'm a man-child. On to the next one. Up next, this duo needs no introduction. We have Iron Fist and Luke Cage, the man with the unbreakable skin. What isn't unbreakable, though, is this cardboard. Let's get crackin'. And here, the Heroes for Hire are out of the package. I'm loving the articulation on both. The sculpt work is great. Loving that Iron Fist is on that Spider-Man Renew Your Vows body. Makes him very agile, very articulate. This left leg here needs to get put under some warm water. The top part of the joint is doing all the work, and I didn't, again, want to break another figure during this video, or any future video for that matter. But yeah, I'm loving these two. Can't wait to put them on my shelf. I already have Jessica Drew from the Netflix series on my shelf, and I'm working on a custom Daredevil like I mentioned during a couple videos ago. I can't remember which. But I'm working on that, so once that's done, I'll have the entire Defenders roster complete, which would be really cool. And then having Ghost Rider, Blade, Cloak and Dagger, on top of that, Moon Knight, Spider-Man. We're getting into Marvel Knights territory. All I need after that would be Punisher. I'm gonna have to look up Scorpio's channel again to see what mods he did for the Iron Fist. I know he did something with the eyes on his mask, and something to help with the movement in the neck. Oh, he put matte finish on the dragon tattoo on his chest so that it wouldn't chip easily. So that's definitely an easy one, very quick mod I can do. And speaking of quick, we are quickly reaching the end. We have one box left. Let's get right to it. Last and certainly not least is the Marvel Legends Void Series Vision. All I need now is the Scarlet Witch, and my Avengers roster would be complete. And at least in terms of like base, here's like your quintessential Avengers team. I have the Mark 85 Iron Man from Avengers Endgame. I have the Cap Wolf, Captain America. The new Ant-Man, Classic Wasp. Not the 60s Classic Wasp, but it's the black and yellow one with the yellow wings, short brown hair. I have the new Black Widow, Hawkeye, Falcon, Warbird, Thor, the Walmart exclusive Doctor Strange, Black Panther from the MCU Black Panther movie, and the Smart Hulk Build-A-Figure. With this Vision, all I need left is a Scarlet Witch, and I'll have all of the classic and kind of like movie Avengers, like kind of a fusion there. It's gonna look really good on my shelf. I already have my eyes on a custom cape for this, but since Vision can't phase or fly out of here, I'm gonna have to break him up myself. So no more talk, time for action. And here he is out of the packaging. The articulation's great. Loving the butterfly joints, the double jointed action on there. Showed you guys all that while I was unboxing him. One of the hands flew out while I was trying to get his cape out from under the plastic in that box. So I had to pause a second and look for that. Both the hands look cool. I'm not going to try to switch them right now. Just because, you know, Brooklyn. This Void head is really cool. I watched the Thunderbolts movie recently on Disney Plus, not in theaters. Couldn't make it out. I really like their adaptation of the Void. And I don't usually collect figures for like the Build-A-Figure, but I might just have to start hunting down either the figures to build the Void, or just find the parts in the aftermarket to build the Void, because I also have my eyes on getting Sentry, and that alternate Void head for him, I'm not a fan of that. Looks kind of like he's turning more into Ghost Rider than the Void. But this right here looks like something meaty, especially when you take a look at the back. That's a beefy figure with that 8-tail action going on. I was going to say 9-tail for the Naruto reference, but it's 4 on each side, which is 8. But yeah, this looks like something to be called the Void. So I might just have to hunt that down. But yeah, I'm really happy with this. Can't wait to put them on my shelf. Let's get all the characters around together for one last shot before I say goodbye. And we'll do our closing there. And there we have it. 4 packages, 5 figures. From Spooky to Street to Synthezoid. This birthday haul was a huge surprise to me. Was very enjoyable to receive. I'm very grateful for it. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for helping this channel reach 52 subscribers by my most recent count. And I hope that you guys continue to stay tuned, stay blessed, and as always, enjoy the action. This has been Director's Wheelchair Productions, and I will catch you all later.